What goes wrong? I wish I could hear from these mothers. What has gone wrong? Is it entitlement? Is it evil? Cruelty? Yeah, some months ago I did a video asking mothers to just love us. Love is when you're kind, warm, supportive, encouraging of everything good that we do, encouraging of our endeavors, supportive if we fail. That's love. Love is nurturing us, feeding us, loving us. People always keep saying, a mother has your back. A mother is the one person who will never ever let you go. She will never turn her back on you. She'll always be there for you. We know that that's not true. But the mothers in this situation, they're worse than, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe these two mothers. They're very different. The stories are very different, but both stories touched my heart as a mother who is an adoptive mother who would have adopted many more if she could. But I can't. And every child out there, as it should be for all of us, your child is my child. Your child is my child. My child should be your child, and we should all be keeping each other's children safe. We talk about stranger danger, but what if the criminal is in your house? That's my first issue with this most recent case. That's my issue with the first case I'm going to mention. Joshlin Smith, some called it Joshlin Smith, went missing. In fact, I actually thought about it then. Why is the mother not correcting how people were saying her child's name? Surely you will have posters printed. You will ask for people to print posters. You will tell them, please call her by her name. Her name is actually Joshlin, not Jocelyn. Or her name is Jocelyn, not Joshlin. There was confusion even around the child's name, and the mother was there. She was making statements, very bold, looking very strong. Here's what happened. Well, in her words, Joshlin's mother left little Joshlin, 6 years old, in the care of her boyfriend, the mother's boyfriend. This already to me was not good. We can't trust anybody with our children, let alone some strange man. She left her child in the care of her boyfriend because the child was sick. Surely then you'd stay home and care for your sick child. So she says she left the child in the care of the sick boyfriend. She never phoned during the day or texted to say, my angel, how are you feeling? No, that didn't happen. She says she got home at 5 o'clock and the child's not here. She raised the alarm at 8 p.m. That's when she started going around and saying, guys, can you help me find my missing daughter? According to the boyfriend, that's true. He was with the child. At 1 p.m., she went off with some other child, a sick child. This was the first report. She was sick. She went off with another child, and she never came back. And I was thinking, okay, firstly, there's a boyfriend. That's red flags. Of course, most cases, boyfriends, stepdads to be. I won't even go into whether you should be living with someone who might not be a stepdad, who might not even become a stepdad, even in the secular world where people sleep together and stay together before marriage. Okay, first you have this stepdad to be. Then we have a sick child whose mother never called during the day to check on her. And then she comes home and only 3 hours later does she start saying, my girl is missing. And him, why was he so relaxed from 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. and actually until 8 p.m.? Why was he not already looking for this poor girl from 1 p.m.? She's sick. Why did he let her go out of the house anyway if she's sick? Can you tell me? I sure can't tell you. And then the stories just don't make sense. And then an aunt, Joshlin's mother's sister, makes the statement, well, before the child disappeared, Joshlin's mother, my sister, had told me that there are people who want to buy my niece, who want to buy 6-year-old Joshlin. And she said they were offering her 20,000 rand so that they could have the child. I don't want to even guess what they wanted to do with that child. So the sister, her own sister, was saying, look at the mother. So there we have these iffy stories that don't make sense. We have a mother who's totally calm and chilled. And then 2 or 3 days later, mom, look, all of us were stressed. I worry about everybody who goes missing. I worry about grandmothers, old men. I worry about everyone who goes missing, not only children. Everyone is running around in their town, Saldanha. Running around in Saldanha, they're looking for this child and praying, please, please let us find her alive. What does the mother do? Everybody, please call off the search. Stop looking for her. That's when I knew she's guilty. No loving mother in the whole wide world will ever stop people from looking for her child unless she is the cause of the child's disappearance. Where is Joshlin? I want to know, and I'm really hoping that we'll find out. So then there she is. She's recorded at the Spur, which is a restaurant, and she's having lots of fun, having a happy conversation, and she's all made up and nails done. A really worried, grieving mother, scared, has no time to be going off to do her nails, no time to be all happy and laughing at the Spur. Believe me, even when the child is dead and you know she's not being tortured, you will not be, before even 5 days has passed, happily off eating and drinking your milkshake. I think it was chocolate milkshake, having fun. No. And I thought, this woman has something to do with her child's disappearance. Surprise, surprise. She, her boyfriend, and 2 of their friends were arrested. One of the friends has apparently made a confession, which will only be heard when they go to court, which is now going to be 18th of September. I really hope that this person will tell the truth. I hope he knows a lot of what has happened, and that he will tell us, aunties and uncles, sisters, cousins of little Joshlin, where she is, what her mother did, what her boyfriend did. They've been charged with child kidnapping, child trafficking. Where is she? Across the border? Is she still even alive? Is it even the life worth living? I don't know. What I know is that that mother is not a mother. I wish she had never had Joshlin. Second mother, totally different situation. A young girl, Deveney now, went missing. This is all in the Cape, so I even care about children in Gauteng. Amahle, Tabete especially. She's just remained in my memory. Amahle, Tabete, missing while at church. Gone. My mother it's been years now, and my mother says, I just pretend she's dead, because if I actually think, what are they doing to my child? Who's got my child? I will go insane. So to try and just pretend her child is not suffering, I hope she's not. She has told herself her child is dead, but she grieves forever, and I don't know how much of the world even remembers that. Only certain cases are big in the news. I won't go into that. So now we have this other mother. So that mother, I just knew in my heart. I even posted a status saying, if Amahle Tabete's mother and others found themselves thinking, oh no, she's joined our club, I hope they won't be disappointed when it turns out she's not one of them. As in, she's not one of the innocent mothers whose child is lost. She discarded of her child in whatever way. And it turned out the child hadn't actually been seen by anybody for 2 days. So I don't even know when the poor child went missing. I don't know who took her. Did they explain to her what's happening? I don't know. Okay, number 2. Deveney Nell, 16-year-old girl, high school girl, missing. She had not gone onto her lift club to go home. Her mother, the lift club, it was time for the lift club to have dropped her off. No Deveney. Where's our daughter? They hunted and hunted for her. Deveney was found in the school cupboard, stabbed multiple times and dead. Regarding sexual assault, the last I knew is that tests are still being conducted, so no one knows yet. Deveney now was murdered, not by a school janitor, not by a teacher, but by one of her fellow pupils. Same school, a boy, a 17-year-old boy, was arrested for her murder. But get this, that same boy, when he was 13, December 13, 2020, he had gone to a camp, and it was COVID time, so many people were not wandering around. He had gone to a camp, and an 11-year-old and her family were also at this campsite. The 2 children were the only children around, so they befriended each other. 2 nights after, they played around together, 2 evenings or 2 days after, they said, oh mom, we're going to go to the hill and we'll do some sketching. Parents said, go ahead, have some fun. 8 p.m. that night, the boy comes back on his own. Just like, yeah, whatever. 8 p.m. at night, where's the 11-year-old? He is 13 years old. Where is the 11-year-old? Nah, no answer. The mother knew instinctively something has gone wrong. She went racing and looking for her child, shouting and screaming her name. And she found her in water, barbed wire up her by her neck, unconscious. This boy, 13-year-old boy, had physically assaulted her, orally assaulted her in a sexual manner, and knocked her till she was unconscious. Maybe in his head, he hoped she was dead. What was the barbed wire doing? In fact, it was the barbed wire that was keeping her from floating down the river. The child, she knew she has to report this. Her parents knew they have to report this, not only because it's a crime, but also to prevent it from happening to any other girl. What did the mother say? When she said, your son did this. Oh yeah, he is a problem child. Okay, really? Is that all? So that means he had a history. Already before age 13, he had a history. They went through the courts, they reported it, and you know how it is with rape. The rape victim becomes victimized with the line of questioning. But that girl who had physical injuries and emotional scars that are still requiring therapy up to today, therapy and counseling, her mother is paying for. Nobody else, the mother, not the state, not some victims' compensation fund, not the boy's mother. She is still undergoing therapy. And you know what they did? Last year, they withdrew the case. The police, the National Prosecuting Authority, they withdrew the case. They said, well, we sent this 13-year-old down to Falkenberg, which is our psychiatric hospital around here, and he was deemed not criminally accountable. So what we'll do is just, have him go to a sex offenders program, intervention program. A violent 13-year-old who hit someone till they were unconscious, raped them. Not even one day in juvenile, not even one day behind bars in some kind of institution. An intervention program? Is that all that girl's completely ruined life was worth? So, when that girl's mother, the mother of the then 11-year-old, heard of the 16-year-old, she thought, oh no, what if? And so she was not surprised when she heard that it is him. The same boy who harmed her daughter, permanently harmed her, is the one who has now killed. Mother, again, I have a question for the mother. If I know my child is a rapist, why would I then put them? I would be asking, where can I have him contained so that he doesn't hurt other children? And I know I would do that because I'm doing it now with my 4-year-old who's not violent even every day. And she's never hurt anybody. But I don't want her going to school to be amongst other children in case she hurts a child. She's not wounded any child. She's not injured any child, thankfully. She has been aggressive. She has been violent. But she didn't even injure a child, and she's only 4 years old and intellectually impaired. A 13-year-old is a whole different other case. He knows exactly what he was doing. And the mother just brushes it off. Oh, well, yeah, he's got problems. And then the very next month, they put him in a high school where there's girls and boys, a mixed school. If I know my son has issues, he can't control himself around girls, if I'm not going to get him institutionalized, if maybe I can't afford it for whatever reason, I will make sure he is not amongst his victims. She left him, his mother and his father. They left him to go, and now a child is dead because of them, all of them. Not only the child, but the parents who never made sure that he faced the consequences of his behavior. Intervention program, there's no record that he actually did undergo even that intervention program. Neighbors where he lives, we know him. He is a problem child. Mothers, love your children. Love your children. Keep them safe. You shouldn't be the boogeyman. You should not be the monster they fear. Mothers, care about other children. Your child is my child is your child. All children are also your children. You should be keeping everyone safe from your child if your child is the monster. I really don't know what to say. These cases have broken my heart. And I'm going back to the autism community because I've seen many of your posts, I know I've mentioned it before, when you complain about the school because the school expelled your child because your child was violent, and you are angry at the school. The school has a responsibility to keep children safe, not to cater to your one violent child. Think about it. Think about it deeply. It's not about you. Let go of your sense of entitlement. That is my plea to all parents of children who are problem children. Let go of your ego, your sense of entitlement. Think of the impact your child is having on others, and make sure that you reduce that impact as much as possible. Never again do I ever want to hear of another case where a child has been murdered because parents allowed him to roam around like a wolf among lambs. Please, that goes for you autism parents. Don't. It's not the school's job to take care of your child. It's yours. The school's job is to take care of all pupils and keep them safe. Don't make it harder on them.